Welcome back, everyone, to River and Sea, where I am here in Haldreath, where an elf has decided to welcome me here, right?
Orcs have been sighted along the river.
This is a dangerous time to pass through Thinglet, stranger. Orcs have been sighted along the river. Fimboth listens attentively as you tell her that friends of yours passed this way, and that I seek to know if they did so safely. The scouts have not reported any bands of travelers recently, but if your friends traveled in secret, they may have gone unnoticed. I have fewer scouts in Thinglet than I once had. If you travel south along the river, perhaps you will find some sign of your friends there. All right, thank you. I'm heading down the river to see if I can find any sign of the company. So far, nothing. Now, should I favor the river or the road? How about in between? You see trampled grass underfoot. Did the fellowship come this way? Good question. Can I see anything else? Has the earth been disturbed here? Does it signify this company's passage? Not sure. That's not a good sign. You gingerly remove an orc arrow from the body of a slain scout. I think I'd better report this right away. I didn't find any confirmation about my friends, but I did find confirmation about orcs.
This is not the first friend we have lost, but that makes it no easier.
I would tell her family that she has fallen in service of the Golden Wood. The orcs have killed her, are surely still somewhere in Thinglad. If you wish to help us while we seek sign of your friends, slay any orcs that you find in this land. Alright, so I need to defeat 8 orcs in Thinglad. Alright. Let's go and find some orcs and make them pay. I think I can find orcs just about anywhere in this area, right? Well, that's going to be my guess for the moment. So let's head on down here. Oh. Hey, you. 1. Any more that we can handle around here? 2. I guess we don't have to kill. We don't need to kill the local wildlife. We just need to kill the local orcs. Ah, more of them. Hello. Oh ho! Thought to sneak up on me, did ya? Nah. That didn't work out for you. You have discovered Ungund. Ungund. Probably Ungund. Unorked. Yeah. Well, I think I finished my quota, but I am sure that the elves will not mind if I kill a couple extra here, right? Unless, of course, they wanted me to save some so they could get some personal revenge for it. I hope you weren't expecting me to leave some for you.
I thank you for the help.
The orcs must pay for the heartache that they have caused us, though the debt may be larger than the worth of our lives. I sought to engage this woman that you travel with in conversation, but she's slow to trust and slower to friend. Yeah, that's Nona for you. I will not ask you to divulge any of your shared mysteries to me, but it is a curious thing. She bears a sword of the Rohirrim horse lords. Her folk have long been at enmity with that people, have they not? If she slew the sword's owner, you may find the path through the land would be made more difficult. The men of Rohan are not quick to forgive. She wished to speak with you when you returned. Well, I guess that's nothing new. Well, what do you say, Nona?
I am worried. My people have never gotten along with the horse lords.
This elf has given me something to think about, so I'm worried. My people haven't gotten along with the horse lords, and it seems that they are of a large outpost just to the south. We will need to go that way if we are to learn the reason behind your dream. Okay, so what do you plan? I hope you're not planning for to have me eliminate them, too. I don't think Theodred, I know he's no longer alive, would not be happy about it.
I will travel with you to this village, if I must.
The outpost of the Horse Lords is south of here, in Errolsmead, and it's called Stangard. I will travel with you to that village if I must, but heed my warning. They will bear no love for me, nor I for them. I will stay my hand and my tongue for your sake, but I will suffer no insult from the foigle. Let us learn what we may from their outpost, and then let us leave quickly. All right, so Avik, talk to Avik just outside of Stangard. Okay, let's go. And here is Avik.
Who is this woman? Why does she carry a sword of my people?
You are a long way from home, stranger, and in the company of a Dunlending warrior witch. I do not like this. Avik glowers at you, his heavy-lidded gaze suspicious. This outpost may be beyond the borders of Rohan, but the law of Theoden King holds, and I cannot allow this warrior witch to pass unchallenged. Take the Rohirric sword from her and present it to Horn atop Stangard, and see what he thinks. He's young, and in matters of swordcraft and history he is unrivaled. If he believes that this woman is no threat, I will allow her to enter. Otherwise, she must remain outside the walls. All right. Well, what do you got to say about that, Nona?
I will let you carry the sword, but do not let any of these men touch it.
This weapon may be the result of their swordcraft, but it is theirs no longer. Now it is the sword of my brother Wadu, and the claims of its heritage may have been severed and made anew. Wadu's ghost wields it now. Take it from the bag of my belongings. Bring it to this man Horn atop the village, but heed my words. Let none but you touch it, and return it to me when he is satisfied. All right. Not too sure what this Horn can tell us, but all right. One sword being delivered, or actually not being delivered so much as being presented, I guess. One sword being presented, well, at least when I arrive to him, I will present it. It is currently in transit to being presented. I think that's accurate now. Well, in any case, climbing up the hill. Well, it looks like I found a prominent building up there. I suppose that this is the Horn that we're supposed to be looking for. Hello there.
Welcome to Stangard, such as it is. What is this sword you bear?
Horn reaches out for the sword, but I shake my head and keep it in my hands. He laughs quietly, and you tell him briefly of Nona Wadu and of the sword. I see. This is a Rohirric sword, but it is old, very old. It strikes a memory to me, but I cannot place it. I wonder if it was fashioned before Errol the Young came out of the Northlands. I want to show you something. Return this curious weapon to your friend at the gate with my regards, and tell her that she is welcome to enter the village. I do not think that either of you are our foes. Then meet me outside of town by the Kutstan. It is a large statue of two figures located amongst the Wailing Hills, west of Stangard, and I think that you should see it. Okay. I will do so. But before I go to this Kutstan, or whatever it's called, I will first return the sword to Nona. Alright, it looks like I have made it back. There you go.
I have permission to enter? I will remain outside.
This village smells too much of horse and false dealings to me. Thank you for returning Wadu's sword to me, Pine Sea. I knew that I could trust you. I am not so certain about these others. All right, fine.
You meet this man Horn at the Kustan. I will search elsewhere.
I have no interest in this town, Pine Sea. These folk are the same as their brethren elsewhere, and I have nothing helpful to tell us. I will seek the meaning of your dream in the wild. You meet this man Horn at the Kutstan, and I will search elsewhere. Where did he say that it was? In the Wailing Hills to the west? Well, take care of yourself. Horn may seem to be a friend, but his people are treacherous, and he will prove no different. Keep him at the length of your arm. Well, just remember that my arms are a little bit shorter than yours. Just wanted to remind you of that before I headed in. Okay, now let's see if I could find this statue or whatever it is.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
If you say so. Something tells me that this statue is going to be very hard to miss. Well, it's right on top of a hill outside of town. Then it looks like I have more hill climbing. I think it's easier to see the statue as a whole from the town. Maybe that's why they built the town where they built it, is so they could have a nice view of the statue. So over here you could obviously see the details better, but as a whole, well, it's a bit too large for my field of view. Alright, well, I think I found Horn. Hello?
I am glad you have come.
I've wanted to speak with you here, away from the prying eyes and listening ears of Stangard. There are friends in the village, but it is my worry that not all of its men have the best interests of Rohan in their hearts. The garrison at Stangard consists of men who have no other place in Rohan. For those who commit crimes, but otherwise remain loyal to the king. They perform a length of service determined by the king's order, and upon its completion, their past transgressions are forgiven. And my story is no different, Pine Sea, but my heart burns for Rohan. I see it threatened on all sides, and worst of all, I fear the greatest danger comes not from without, but from within. I've seen... Someone comes. Quickly! Hide behind the stone over there and see whether it be friend or foe. Okay. So behind this stone right over here, I guess. You know, the one that's glowing as a hint that this is where you're supposed to go. Oh, look at this. Hey, what's going on here? I'm assuming that prowling orcs are foes. I do hope that you consider orcs to be foes.
I am worried by the increased number of orcs that move alongside the river.
That was well done, Pine Sea. I'm worried about the increase of the number of orcs. They have been coming down from their holes in the Misty Mountains in greater numbers of late, but they are not the only danger that we face. There are two shallow crossings across the great river. 500 years ago, a tribe of Easterlings crossed into the northern Gondor by the northernmost of these underdeeps. The steward of the land knew that he did not have men to repel them. He sent messengers into the north to seek aid, but it seemed that none could arrive in time to save Gondor. Wait a minute. Looks like we have another visitor, Pine Sea. Hide behind the stone and see if it's another orc. All right? And I would presume if it's another orc, I'm to do what I did to the pair of orcs that I saw before. Oh, that is most definitely an orc. All right. Wow. An at-level mob. What a concept. All right. Another orc down.
You are quite an ally, my friend.
Oh, where was I? Oh, yes, I remember now. The steward of Gondor sent an urgent plea to the northern peoples, but the easterling tribe pressed across the river before any help arrived. But when all hope seemed lost, a new force arrived in the fields of Celebrant, the ancestors of my people, led by Earl the Young. They destroyed the Easterlings, and in thanks the steward of Gondor gave to them the land of Kelenarthon to dwell in, which we call now Rohan. This statue was later erected as a sign of the friendship between the Eorlingas and the men of Gondor, and my people have watched the crossing of the great river ever since. Horn looks up at the statue and is quite quiet for a time. I think the sword that your Dunlanding friend carries was at that battle, Pine Sea. I cannot be sure, but I feel that that is so. Why has it come back? We should return to Stangard. The air grows still, and we can talk more when we return. But remember what I have said. All right, well, back to Stangard. I think the first time I saw him, he could have pointed it to tell me where it was located. Well, what do you say, Horn?
It is clear that you have been sent to help my people fight against the Kundalar.
Yes, I know why you've come here. There can only be one reason. It is as clear that you have been sent to help my people to fight against the Kundalar. They are the descendants of the Easterlings tribe that crossed the great river 500 years ago, and scouts report that they have been seen on that far shore. They seek to accomplish what their ancestors could not, and this time there will be no timely intervention, no final hour rescue. We are on our own, Pine Sea, and that is why I need not forbid your Dunlanding friend from entering Stangard, or seize the Rohirric sword that she carries. Perhaps one day we were foes, and we may be again, but today I see Rohan threatened, and I thirst for allies to defend my homeland. I was called disloyal and changeable in the hall of Theoden King, but that is not so. I love Rohan. I want only to protect her. Okay.
The battlefield of Parth Celebrant may hold some clue to defeating the Kundalar.
The ancestors of the Kundalar were routed by the timely arrival of the Eorlingas under Earl the Young, but we have no such advantage in numbers this time. No one is coming to help us. We must find some strategy to help us defeat the Kundalar, and sifting through the site of that battle may teach us something that we can use against them. I have marked this map with the location of the battle. Bring it to Cerdric at the road watchpost of Parth Celebrant, and he will guide you through places that he has not already searched. I hope that we will find something. Be kind to him. Cerdich. Okay, Cerdich has been long away from his wife and daughters, and sometimes he lets his worries master him. He's a good friend and true, even if his mind is not always on the task that's before him. All right, very well. I will find this Cerdich? Cerdich? Well, however you pronounce his name, we will go and find him. which is what we'll do when we return for the next episode of River and Sea.